some tips.
I'm not having. I only want to have like maybe one girl, but I could deal with not having girls at all because I think girls are just.
But when you roll those eyes, I had flashbacks. I could see you 12.
I'm sorry about the handout I passed out. I'm not sure where it made it to, but I did not put my name on it.
You made it to Dr. Pearson, yeah.
That's awesome. Anyway, I was trying to think of a handout that would be very useful to all of you in your teaching careers. So I used my references. The first two websites are very important. Ryan's already gotten one.
Oh, thank you very much.
And so I thought you guys would really use this when it came to being out in the field. So here I am talking about drugs in the middle school, trying to keep this fast. I talked to a friend last night. His name is Rob Groupie. He is the Drug and Alcohol Prevention Coordinator for the schools of Effingham County. He works at Heartland Human Services. They're having a strike right now, but he's still working because he's not part of the union.
Awesome.
Anyway, he teaches at Sacred Heart, Beecher City Grade School, and Altamont Grade School. He teaches a life skills class there for an hour for 3 days of the week. And I was really talking to him about my presentation. And he told me I could use him as a reference. He said drugs are one of the biggest problems in schools. He also said education is the key. Education is where we come in. So let's really talk about the problems. Okay, there are several different drugs out there. We got the illegal ones, the over-the-counter, the prescription, and these are all being abused. Whether you like it or not, they are. And there's also an even really big problem with inhalants, like the rubber cement and stuff. Those are very big. Those cause huge problems because you don't really know what's going on a lot of times until it's too late. Several links can be found with drug usage. Self-esteem can be. Money was an issue as well. The more money a person had, the more likely they were able to buy drugs and have more expensive drugs on hand. Hold on. Remember this. No card. There's also a lot of drugs in the media. During practicum, I was walking through the hallway, and I heard this kid singing a song, a really old song, because I remember it, because it was new when I was in high school, and that was 6 to 10 years ago, about there. And he was singing the song, Because I Got High, Because I Got High. And I just walked up to him and told him that was a little inappropriate, and he shouldn't be singing that in school. So if they're singing those songs in school, and you know, there's country songs, one by Tim McGraw, right off the top of my head, it's called Drugs and Jesus. It's an interesting song, listen to it, it's country. Accessibility to drugs. When you think about how to get drugs, I'm sure every one of us could have drugs in 5 minutes. And when you really think about it, normally you think about the big cities as having the biggest drug problems. When actually, it's about equal to each other. You know, small towns, they have their big problems. Scott and I, we come from a town of about 1,400 people. There's one stoplight in the entire town. And on that stoplight, there's a gas station. What happens at the gas station? Sometimes there's drugs being sold there. Effingham has a very high drug problem just because of the two interstates meeting. Yes. Okay, 5 minutes. Well, you raise it like this, and it's like, you have a question. Why don't you go? Or, sorry. Anyway, meth is a huge problem in the Effingham area. I've had a meth lab be busted from my house, about a mile from my house. And I don't live in town.
It was at my house. It wasn't mine.
It wasn't mine. Okay, education is the key. There's a lot of, I talked about the life skills where it's the curriculum, that's what the curriculum of my friend teaches. It's called life skills. It talks about drugs, money, all sorts of life skills. DARE is also very big, but there are a couple problems in DARE. It doesn't cover prescription drug abuse very well. So what happens when you find out when a student is using drugs? Well, I did one of my articles on the research, or for my works cited page, is an article on brief interventions. And basically what this is it's a 1 to 2 hour session, 1 to 2 times a week, for 1 to 2 weeks. And it's just to help them get over the drug usage and the drug abuse. Also, if it goes to an extreme state, there is rehab. And